AskReddit by Kageo Agam. Reddit, what was the most embarrassing moment you ever had at school? Somehow the topic of oral sex was being discussed in my 7th or 8th grade science class, probably by friends, not as a whole class, but I don't really remember the exact context. I do remember thinking I was clever and feeling smug as I commented that if you didn't want oral sex, you could just wear earplugs. That, or when a girl pointed out that I wrote the same outfit every Monday, Tuesday, etc. Hindsight, I can't imagine anyone paying that much attention to what people wear, but regardless, it's haunted me ever since. Oral? Not for me thanks. Plugs up. I called my math teacher mom by an accident. I managed to get all the way to end of 11th grade before I did that with my English teacher. I think it was 2nd grade. I had a couple glasses of Welch's grape juice at breakfast. Must have had a touch of flu. Felt it coming and ran to the bathroom spewing a purple fountain of puke. They said embarrassing, not awesome. Back in the 80s, a clothing line called Jimmy's was extremely popular. They had these cute little skirts that were held together at the waist with Velcro. This happened to me in 7th grade. My mom bought me one and forced me to wear it to school. I was not a skirt person. I wore the damn thing to school, and right in the middle of lunch, out on the quad with about 700 people around, a guy ran by me, grabbed the edge of my skirt and kept running. The Velcro of course gave out and I was standing there in my underwear and crop top. Absolutely humiliating. Those skirts were banned at school by the next day. Hey, at least you don't have to wear skirts again. At least I've worn jeans my entire school life and plan on not stopping. I once tipped over my neighbor's water bottle in class and all the water flowed over his school documents. Not mine, but a close friend's. Our high school used to bake fresh chocolate chip cookies every day for lunch. There was always a question as to if the harder ones or the softer ones were better. Either way, one day my homie bought a cookie, and it was beyond hard. It was quite possibly bricked up. He proceeds to mention that it could work as a frisbee and eats it as a frisbee across the lawn. The thing acted like a frisbee, but since it was solid the weight really carried and smacked a girl in the face and gave her a nasty cut. We were all laughing as our homeboy ran over to console this poor girl. That poor girl got pantsed in gym class while playing kickball. Full dong out. While it was embarrassing, I was also pretty proud because I wasn't exactly average. I guess there's one benefit from that. High school hazing. This was in the 70s. Got thrown into the school pool naked. The girls' swimming team was using it at the time. One of the girls was nice enough to swim over and give me a towel. Later the coach told me not to worry, she has lots of brothers. Somehow, that didn't make it better. Oh my lord, that's so bad. Poop stains showing on the back of my white shorts. Someone pointed it out, that's the only way I knew. Top 2. Being pushed into the girls' locker room. And my bullies finding my family's Facebook account. It's so fucked up to get bullied. I opened a bottle of sparkling ice yesterday and the fizz exploded and it went all over my pants and floor. Needless to say, was an awkward rest of class. I'm so sorry. My mom raised 3 boys while our deadbeat father was in prison. We were poor and my mom got a collection of clothing from my classmates in a garbage bag. I wore them to school and was laughed at for wearing their old clothes. And I have a few being bullied stories that still haunt me. I'm so sorry, no person should ever go through that. I let my internal thoughts come out when chemistry teacher scolding us states he doesn't need to be doing this. Me, so quit and stop complaining, went to principal. Office. I was drawing dicks and vaginas on a paper till a teacher saw it and asked me if I was sexual frustrated, haha. Back in 4th grade, During lunch, although the ice cream was free, so I took one and got caught by the lunch lady and everyone looked at me. High school, I got asked to do the morning news in my film class. I didn't realize how bad my public speaking anxiety was until I got up in front of my entire class with cameras on me. I sat there stuttering, not able to form a coherent sentence. Even better, I broke out in an anxiety rash all over my face and chest and almost threw up in front of everyone. Thankfully they did not air it to the entire school. I have social anxiety and it's so hard. I have a presentation on Monday. The good news is that only half of my class acts like first graders. It's gonna be so bad. Standing in the lunch line in 7th grade and the guy I was madly in love with came up to me and handed me a tampon. Apparently I bleed through my jacket I had tied around my waist and didn't know. How kind of him. I was having stomach issues and really badly needed to pass gas. I was praying it'd be silent, but alas, I was unlucky. The plastic chair I was sat on amplified the noise and it reverberated around the room, echoing like a gunshot. Followed closely by my friend yelling my name in abject horror as the whispers of people gossiping and planning girl trips while the teacher was out of the room came to an abrupt stop at the echoing sounds of my ass singing the song of its people, and all eyes were glued to me as I went red in the face and apologized while someone in the opposite corner laughed. It felt like it lasted hours. In reality it was at most 10 seconds. It's been 8 years and my friend will never let it go because she thought it was hilarious. Be at peace, it is hilarious. Roaches came out of my binder in 4th grade. I'm 37 now and it still affects me. I still open books up by looking first to make sure nothing is in there. I know there's not, but that was traumatizing as well as embarrassing. It wasn't roaches but spiders in 5th grade. I was getting off the bus in the 6th grade and my pants were extremely loose and falling down. I had my hands fully and was trying so hard to get to the doors before they fell. Well, right before I make it to the first row of seats my pants hits the ground and the bus breaks out in laughter making fun of me. Now I'm embarrassed and not thinking fully, so instead of just bending at the knee to get my pants back up I bend completely over, kinda mooning everyone with my undies as I pull my pants back up. The bus went silent and I quickly made my way off that bus. I started my period for the first time during my 8th grade Washington DC field trip. I had no tampons or pads with me because I had no idea it was going to happen. I was 13. I also did not know it was my period when it happened because it was brown and I was confused because I didn't have a bellyache or diarrhea. When my ex-situationship asked for his hoodie back in the middle of the hallway and it was stuffed in the bottom of my backpack. I was shaking and pulling random stuff out my bag. So embarrassing. Went to a small school that shared a basketball court and area where we would eat. Before school we could play basketball and have breakfast. It would often get heated. The star girls basketball player was a big monster of a girl. While playing 2v2 against her she was getting angry. I went up for a fadeaway and she pushed me. Landed on my head and I had short-term memory loss. Forgot I was even at school. So the rest of my time in school I was known as the guy that got knocked out by a girl. In my future defense she has now transitioned and is in jail for shooting someone, lol. Would still beat me up I'm sure. I don't know why British schools decide winter as the best season to do long distance running, but one year in high school I was competing in the cross country and it had snowed heavily the day before, so the course was just pure white. I get to a section of the course where there was a ditch I didn't see, because it was all white, and I fall shoulder first into the ditch, dislocating my shoulder and breaking my AC bone. I also hit my head and knocked myself out. I remember regaining consciousness and I was being carried by 2 of my schoolmates back to the school and all I could ask was if I had one. I didn't. 4th grade. Everyone was walking in a single file line for a test fire drill. I tripped over this door stopper really hard and fell like a dominoes piece. Made a huge noise and my nose was bleeding, but I didn't know.